I have to do this today, but I guess I will. Somewhat of a rollout. I went to the Nueces County Courthouse just about 20 minutes ago, and I need to get my vehicle registration. In Texas, those are not from Texas, we have a little sticker on the windshield, but it's good to the end of the month. And the last time I was at an inspection, and I followed, what's going on in Texas, and the Texas legislature, I heard this months ago, they were going to pass a law that said regular vehicles were going to no longer have a mandatory requirement of inspection to renew your registration, the sticker, either for a license plate or for a windshield. This lady's looking at me. I'm in a parking lot. And the funny thing about it was, I was hoping that they would kind of get rid of that requirement before, my inspection or my tags were up. So either way, I went down to the courthouse and had my other paperwork, but I didn't have my inspection done because I heard they were going to get rid of that requirement. And they were going to only have it for commercial vehicles. And look, that's something that they were debating. I thought they passed it, but... So anyway, I'm at the courthouse and I said, I had the other insurance, proof of insurance and everything else. But then the lady told me, you have to have your inspection. And I told her, I said, I thought they got rid of it. And she's told me, oh no, that didn't pass. Fine. So I go to my inspection place, which is right next door. But on the door, they have this particular notice from Governor Greg Abbott. And I read the whole notice kneeling at the door. I thought they were closed. But after I read the whole notice, the decree, then the door was open and I went in. And the decree, I don't have it in my hand, but what it said was Governor Greg Abbott has asked counties that were in the hurricane zone, which obviously Nueces County is, to suspend all of the requirements for inspections, for registrations for like a 45-day period, which of course would make sense. And I guess it's because we're part of the disaster zone, which we were. But when I read the plain language of Governor Abbott, look, I can read. It said they were going to put aside the particular requirements, meaning registration, inspection, everything, for a 45-day period, and the counties, now it's not law, but it's a thing that the governor put out as a decree. Therefore, my inspection place is open, but they're not doing inspections because of that notice I just explained to you. He asked the inspection and everything. So then I told the lady it's not her fault in my inspection place. It's a mechanic shop. I said, but the notice on the door said the governor had asked to waive the need for inspection at least for a 45-day period, including, I guess, registration and everything. She said, that's correct, so we're not doing inspections. But when I was just at the courthouse to renew my registration, they told me, no, we're still going to require it. I hope you can see the dysfunctionality in this. I don't want to be mocking, all right? I hope you can see it. So from what I'm understanding, even though my inspection place is closed because of that decree of Governor Abbott, which does make sense, yet whether the county, the one that gives the stickers, and whether the local police decide to abide by that, meaning if the end of the month came and I never got my new registration, I could get it. The fines are high in Texas. I paid it once on my old Mustang. It was like 140 or 50 bucks for an expired inspection. The dysfunction is this. My inspection place is closed because the governor had said, put everything off on registrations for 45 days. Yet whether or not people are going to keep getting fined within the city of Corpus Christi is really up to the individual cop. And look, you cannot run functionally like that. Okay? You cannot run a business or a city or a county. Now, the other thing that made me think maybe I'll do a video, when I was at the courthouse, I read the little notice for people that might do fake lie on fake insurance cards or whatever. And they have a notice up there at the courthouse that says, if you're behind on your child support payments, you cannot register a vehicle and all. That's been up there for many years. I understand. But the other notice says, if you lie at all on one of the official reports, obviously that's a crime. It says punishable by up to 20 years imprisonment. If you just lie at all, look, that is law. And it says the DA, you will immediately be arrested and all. But this is the same courthouse where both police officers and also a few days ago, lead investigators at that courthouse with the DA are pleading the Fifth Amendment to protect themselves from criminal liability, not as defendants, but as people that are part of that system. And it just makes me think, I don't know if the public's aware of what's going on in this county and in the city. When you have people within the court system that are pleading the Fifth Amendment about criminal investigations that they themselves have been involved in as investigators or as officers, and they are in court. This is the second time that happened, because they obviously lied on either search warrants or things of that nature. And yet they have that big sign that says to the citizens of this community, if you dare lie, and I don't lie on mine, I have legitimate insurance and all, and I was going to do the inspection, but they tell the citizens, it's big signs, you will immediately be arrested if you make any false statement. Do you understand? Official police reports, search warrants, all of those things are also official documents. And you've had a history, both the media has put this out the Fuller Times, that's where I read these stories, that you have those within law enforcement. Yesterday, I was with a person that's not one of my street friends, meaning they don't have a history with local law enforcement. And we were doing some errands. I won't tell you who it was. We were going different places. And some of the people were having a conversation and mentioned the name of somebody that's an officer within the city. Mentioned that everyone knew he committed a particular crime. Now, I'm speaking you the truth here, okay? I've mentioned this before, but the reason I never gave the particular name was it has to do with my street friends. But they were having another discussion. And the crime is, look, it's a crime. You'd be in prison for it. But people in that neighborhood were aware. So this will be the little one for today. I read that whole notice from Governor Greg Abbott, suspending requirements for inspection, registration for all of that. It's right on the door. It's called Mo Glass, all right? Right here off of Ayers. I'm on Ayers Street. They do inspections. They're a car place. And it says because of that decree, obviously they're not doing the inspections. The governor had given a mandate, put all that off. But yet the courthouse is still going to function as an if. Because the lady at the courthouse said, no, you need the inspection. I went to get it. For Irma, we pray for you guys. We'll see what else we do today. I got some teaching videos. I also, I got it on, how long did I go? 10 minutes. Let me also state, there was an article the other day in the newspaper that many of the residents of the areas where their homes were absolutely destroyed, it was by a real estate person. And many of the residents whose homes were gone, particularly in Port Aransas and Rockport and Aransas Pass, those counties, which are Aransas County and all, they are still putting out full tax notices, meaning the people still have to pay. And when I read the article by a real estate lady in our local paper, she was advocating that if the homes are not there anymore, but by law, the counties are going to continue to charge the tax as if the home was still there. She explained the rule on that. So some of these people are homeless. They're not even living in the area anymore because they had to go take shelter in a hotel in another town or whatever. But they're still going to make them pay by force of law. But that real estate lady said Texas has some of the highest property taxes in the United States. Now I know my house is like $2,500 a year taxes. But then she gave the comparison of a home in like condo in California is maybe 1/3 of the property tax. She gave the example. Texas used to be business friendly and all. We used to not have the requirement for inspections on vehicles. And I'm not totally saying it's wrong to have that. But a lot of people are put in a bind because maybe the vehicle is not perfect. I'll pass. But Texas has gotten away from being a business-friendly state because it's good we don't have an income tax, but what they do is the property owners pay. My house is really not that big, and from what this real estate lady was saying, and she gave the statistics, for instance, in California, I used to think the homes in New Jersey were highly taxed. But as I thought about it, the house my mom still lives in, I would assume it's valued at maybe $500,000 simply because the price is there. But I think her taxes are about, I always said they were high. They were maybe like 4,000 something. But then I realized actually my house is not worth half. My house is not worth $250,000. But I pay $2,500 a year taxes. My house is valued at maybe, on the tax roll it says it's valued at like $119,000. And then I just thought of it, we are actually higher than New Jersey taxes when you look at the value. So a home in Texas, I guess, if it's valued at $500,000, you're looking at, I don't know, an $8,000 Corpus Christi. So it's changed, okay? I'm still thinking of leaving Texas. But it's changed. It's not, I used to like it, that we were much more business friendly, okay? But that's changed. And just this little example should show you the dysfunctionality, okay? The inspection place is not doing it, and they have the decree of the governor making that declaration, but yet the courthouse is still doing it, which would tell me if I can't get my inspection, the tags run out, I'll still get slapped. If you get pulled over and you got to explain it in court. All right, God help. We do pray for Irma, but you just see a little example here, okay?